Excellency Mrs. Rebecca Ekufuadu, the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, the Chairman of Merck Foundation, the CEO of Merck Foundation, colleague doctors, and all professionals present. Good afternoon to you all. My name is Dr. Eku Anyama, and I am a family physician at the Achimota Hospital, Accra, Ghana. I stand before you today to share my heartfelt gratitude and positive experience with the Merck Foundation, which generously offered me a scholarship for postgraduate diploma in diabetes, a program I successfully completed in the year 2022. This scholarship program was a transformative journey, I must say. The curriculum was comprehensive, covering the latest advancements in diabetes management. The mode of study was flexible, allowing me to balance my professional duties while enhancing my knowledge. The faculty were exceptional, providing valuable insights and support throughout the course. Their expertise and dedication played a significant role in enriching my learning experience. This scholarship has profoundly impacted my professional practice. With enhanced knowledge of diabetes and its management, I can now offer specialized care to my patients. This has reduced the need for referral to other facilities. As I, together with my team, can manage complex cases within our facility, my patients have expressed greater satisfaction with the care they receive, appreciating the personalized and informed approach I bring to their treatment plan. One case that stands out involves a middle-aged man, Mr. S.K., with uncontrolled diabetes as well as multiple complications. Thanks to the advanced knowledge and skills I acquired from Merck Foundation program, my team and I successfully managed his condition, stabilizing his blood sugar levels and significantly improving his overall health. This case, among many others, underscores the real-world benefits of the training we received. Since completing the course, I have achieved several milestones. At Achimota Hospital, I play a significant role in the diabetic clinic, which runs on Thursdays. I have trained other doctors and nurses on diabetes management, prevention, and management of its complications. Additionally, I have organized awareness programs for patients and their families, educating them about diabetes management and prevention, thus empowering them to lead healthier lives. In conclusion, the Merck Foundation Scholarship has been a cornerstone in my professional journey, enabling me to elevate the standard of care I provide and positively impact the lives of my patients and their families. I am deeply grateful for this opportunity and look forward to continuing to serve my community with the enhanced capabilities this program has afforded me. Thank you.
The Chairman of Merck Foundation, Prof. Dr. Frank Strangenberg Haverkamp, and Senator CEO of Merck Foundation, Dr. Rasha, Kelej, distinguished guests, fellow Merck alumni, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Dr. Eugene Berfi Ampofo, a senior resident in cardiology at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. I applied to study preventative cardiovascular medicine under the PGDIP MSc Preventative Cardiovascular Medicine program at University of South Wales after a colleague of mine introduced me to the Merck Foundation Scholarship. Fortunately, my application was accepted and I completed the program in 2022. The course was an online program, mainly on the Learner platform, which was a friendly, interactive program. Most importantly, it was convenient, allowed me to combine work and studies. However, due to increasing demands of my residency training and assuming the role as the chief resident, I deferred the MSc to 2024-2025. However, the course empowered me to appreciate the importance of preventative cardiovascular medicine, especially in the appropriate use of risk stratification and lipid management to minimize cardiovascular disease. I must say that cardiovascular disease is on the rise in the country. However, as a country, we are not there yet with respect to interventional cardiology and the management of the cardiology condition. So the best way as a country is to institute measures to prevent these diseases in the first place so that we can effectively use the resources we have. With the knowledge I acquired, I trained groups of doctors in the appropriate use of statins and lipid-lowering therapy and showed them how to effectively do a cardiovascular risk assessment. I recommend this program to every clinician, and I'm grateful to Merck Foundation for this fantastic opportunity with us.
Good afternoon to you all. I want to stand on existing protocols, and on this occasion, I want to say a big thank you to Her Excellencies for the opportunity I had to partake in this postgraduate training. I participated in the postgraduate respiratory diploma course from March 2022 to March 2023. And one of the reasons I sought to do the course is that I believe that expertise has to be brought to the primary care. As we seek to train specialists, we risk having a health system where the experts are accumulated at the top tier of our healthcare delivery in the tertiary facilities, whilst at the ground level, the situation remains as it is, not the best of care. So my passion is to bring expertise to primary care. So let me say that I'm a family physician. I work at Finney Hospital and Fertility Center, which is a private facility. Before then, I was at the Kelej Teaching Hospital. And one of the main reasons I decided to undertake training in postgraduate respiratory medicine course is that I'm heavily involved in asthma care in the country. I am involved in training healthcare workers in the management of asthma, and also I'm one of the main coordinators of the Ghana Thoracic Society asthma guidelines, which we launched last year, and that couldn't have been possible without the expertise I garnered from the program. I've been involved in setting up asthma clinic. I initiated asthma clinic at Kelej Polyclinic, and I have started 2 other asthma clinics, one at the Dansoman Polyclinic and also where I work now, Finney Hospital. We are about to start an asthma clinic at Legon Hospital, which I was privileged to be the person who trained the doctors who are going to run it. One of the people I trained has started an asthma clinic at Tamale Teaching Hospital. So the main impact of the training I had is in the space of delivering quality care in asthma management. The experience I had with the training was a bit different from what I was used to. Somewhere along the course, I wondered whether I had made the right choice because the course was really hectic, so hectic. Initially, I thought the online platform was not going to be it, but it ended up delivering more than I expected. The faculty I had were fantastic, and one very important experience I had was the benefit of having people from all over the world, sharing ideas on the same platform. So I learned a lot from them. I remember there was once I was leading a clinical ward rounds, and we came across a patient who was unconscious. And everybody was wondering what it was. But when I listened to the case, what I learned from the course came up. It was a patient with respiratory failure that everybody thought had a stroke. And there it was, a patient in respiratory failure who had accumulated carbon dioxide in his blood, and because of that had become unconscious. But everybody had missed the diagnosis, and I would have missed it too if it wasn't for the training I had. So the long and short of it was that
Thank you.
right there, I picked up the diagnosis, the patient was saved. And it was a patient who was actually near death. Recently, we had a similar case. I got a patient out of trouble. And when I was interacting with my colleague workers, I asked them, what would have happened to this patient if I didn't have this expertise? So I must say that the course has had a transformative effect on my career, and it's my patients who stand to benefit the most, and also colleague health workers that I'm privileged to be involved in their training. So thank you very much for the sponsors.
Thank you very much.
Her Excellency, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, Professor Dr. Frank Stragenberg, and Madam Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej. Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. So I actually have different surname, Anastasia Abu. Maybe that will clear all your questions while I'm standing here. So I've been practicing in Ghana for the past 12 years, and mostly in the northern sector of Ghana, Upper West. And my journey with Merck Foundation and Masters in Endocrinology started in 2020, when I was a medical officer at Upper West Regional Hospital, which is now one municipal hospital. Since the beginning of the region, we've never had an endocrinologist in the region, so I was thinking it is a good idea for us to have one. Currently, I'm a pediatrician, but still have a passion in endocrinology. Generally, our journey with Merck Foundation and then MSc in endocrinology was very smooth. It was an online study, as my colleagues already mentioned. Let me go quickly and talk about impact of this course in lives of people of Upper West. Initially, we had it was not an endocrine clinic, it was a diabetes clinic, which was run by nurses. But when I joined the program and I completed, we actually grew the clinic up to endocrinology clinic, and because of my passion in children, and what we mentioned today is so dear to my heart, empowering a girl child and then bringing education where it was not brought before us. It's what we are advocating for, apart from endocrinology. So we are continuing growing our endocrine clinic at one municipal hospital. We are having not only cases in diabetes, but in other conditions of endocrinology, and we're also involving children, so children with different endocrine abnormalities. We are grateful for Merck Foundation for this great opportunity, and we hope to continue our partnership together. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you once again, Merck Foundation, senior colleagues and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, all invited guests here. My name is Commander Finkansa, for the Specialist Family Physician in 37 Military Hospital. I am a proud beneficiary of the Merck Foundation scholarship scheme that is in diabetes management. I gained the opportunity to undertake the postgraduate diploma in an MSc in diabetes management in the University of South Wales. That was in September 2020, and completed in 2021. The course was an online one, and as rightly said, but still, we all thought that we were going to have, our way, but it was very tough. It was well structured, organized. It had about 6 modules, which were quite flexible that you could combine it with the work, but it wasn't an easy one to talk about. It was comprehensive. We had a wide range of subjects that took us through the diabetes pathophysiology management, the paradigm in terms of diabetes management, as well as, advancement in treatment and all the new management strategies. The instructors were very tough, but very concise, precise, and they were certain in terms of their management. And in that course, that was the course that when you are consulting, you hear the notifications just running, back to back, and your heart will just be sinking because you haven't done yours, and if you are not careful, you are going to be way behind because it was a non-stop thing. The instructors were actually very knowledgeable in terms of theory, and they had a lot of practical insight and put in very real-world applications. I have benefited benefited so much from this course because it has helped me to be able to apply myself as well as to help my patients. One of the best things that I think we have done in terms of diabetes care is to set up what we call a dedicated diabetes clinic, and this is something that I learned from the program, and in that we use the diabetes self-management education as one of our tools together with a multidisciplinary team to be able to help our patients in terms of diabetes management. Per this, I use the structure to compare during my fellowship training, to compare with routine diabetes care, and it came out that patients who attended the dedicated diabetes care had very good improvement in outcomes, that is the glycemic control as well as their quality of life, as compared to those who were in routine care. So what it seeks to do is to help patients, empower your patients so that they could take care of their management. So this is something that I think I acquired during my training in the postgraduate diploma. I've also been able to do a lot of training of junior colleagues as well as colleagues and even nurses and pharmacists. I say that it's a multidisciplinary team. We go through a lot of education, a lot of patient educations. We've also been able, during our diabetes week, we haven't gone past it. Every time during our diabetes month, that was last year November, we had a very big, setup throughout the hospital, and they ran the whole week. We did a lot of screening, a lot of educational materials for the patients as well as for us. There's also been some community outreaches that we have achieved so far. So I'll say that this is the best thing that could have happened to me, and I thank Merck Foundation once again, and I'll say that it is a tough journey, but it's a doable one. I think I have been able to do it, so everyone who is on this journey should be able to do it. It has advanced my professional practice very much, helped me in taking care of my patients, and we'll proudly say that our dedicated diabetes clinic in the military hospital, it's been elected as one of the Center of Excellence in Diabetes Management. So that is what we have achieved so far. Thank you so much.
Professor Dr. Frank Stagenberg-Averkamp, Senator Dr. Rasha, Kelej, distinguished alumni, colleagues, and honored guests, good afternoon. I guess everybody is wondering about my name. I'm a Malian, married to Ghana, so love brought me to Ghana.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm a principal medical officer and a clinical coordinator of Butchano Polyclinic, located in the Gasau district of the Greater Accra region. I consider myself fortunate to have been awarded 2 sponsorships from Merck Foundation. The first one was a postgraduate diploma in diabetes management, and the second one was the master's in diabetes from 2020 to 2022. When I embarked on this academic journey, I was serving in Central Region in a small district hospital, APAM, and as we know, it's a fact that most specialists are always in a tertiary or regional hospital. And we doctors working in underserved hospital, we are always lacking that specialized and expertise that our patients need. So when the opportunity came with these courses, it was really a dream coming true. And then the program was very flexible for me personally because I didn't have to take time off from my work. In district hospital, we are always small doctors, maybe 2 or 3 together. So sometimes when one leaves, it's become so hectic to work. So I could still continue to do my work and then still go for my classes when I have the time. And at the same time, I could also attend to my kids. I really found the program interactive, open-minded. The tutors were respectful. And then, we are plenty on the same platform with different backgrounds from Asia, Africa. So it was like traveling without moving. And I really appreciate that fact. Personally, I didn't have to wait for the program to end before to apply what I learned. So I was working and then applying what I learned every day. And I was at the same time training my colleagues about what was new for me. So at that time, I was also the clinical coordinator. That was my previous facility. And it's always expected for you to bring a certain standard to the hospital, and at least to make all your prescribers should be on point. you want to give the best of experience to your patients. So really when this opportunity came, it allowed me to really strengthen our diabetics and hypertension clinic that were always existing but not really strong. And we have been able since then put in place a screening that everybody that visited our hospital, because we know that data show that 50% of the people with diabetes are still yet to be diagnosed. So it was a strategy for us to screen everybody that was coming to be able to detect them earlier and start the treatment. I was working with a obstetric and gynecologist and a surgeon. And then with them, I've been able to manage some diabetic foot cases because we are not having the expertise. And then he was taking care of the surgical aspect, and I will be taking care of to make sure that my patients have their sugar control. So one case that makes me very proud of myself, I work with my obstetricians about a case, a lady in her late 30s, which had a history of multiple miscarriages. And she was known having type 2 diabetes, but the sugar was not controlled. And she had challenges to come for most of the time review and medication because of financial issue. So we took it personally on ourselves to make sure that this woman can have a blood sugar control and make sure that she delivers a first safe baby. And we really succeeded in doing that. And I was so proud because we didn't have to refer this woman to Cape Coast, which is at like 2 hours from where we are, and she was now having the money. So I was really proud of myself. And that was when I was doing the diploma. About the masters, the main aspect that I liked was the research aspect. And when I did my thesis, I dared to do a meta-analysis, which really earned me a distinction. So as a Francophone with a French background, it was really an achievement for me because Acute Medical and Financial, you have been able to improve your English and then your professional achievements. So my expectation, as I like taking care of patients, supporting them and impacting them, I'm interested in opening a diabetes education and management centers. I'm also interested to do more research on diabetes. Yes, I know I'm dreaming big, but it's good to dream big because everything starts by dreaming. Finally, I would like to really thank Merck Foundation, Senator Dr. Rasha, Dr. Frank, and then the whole team for their dedication and commitment to building capacity in Africa and worldwide. Thank you.
Time is fast spent, so I would like to stand on existing protocol. My name is Elizabeth Banka. I'm a family physician and specializing in adolescent care. I started an adolescent care clinic, actually the first of its kind in Ghana, and taking care especially of adolescents at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. And I was privileged to be given the opportunity and scholarship by Merck Foundation to do the postgraduate diploma in obesity and weight management. I wanted to take care of diabetic patients, but then I found that if I needed help with diabetes, there were so many diabetologists, but then for obesity, there was no one that I could reach. And I was dealing with adolescents, so I thought maybe this would improve my work. So we know that prevalence of obesity is of public health concern right now. We have about 350 million children and adolescents living with obesity. In Ghana, the prevalence is about 13%. And we know that percentage of children living with obesity increased almost 50% in the last 2 decades. And that 75 to 80% of adolescents who are obese now will have obesity in adulthood. The impacts include cardiovascular disorders, type 2 diabetes, and then PCOS, which can impact their reproductive health, and also orthopedic complications. As far as females are concerned, the girl child, I'm very concerned about that because we know that obesity due to inactivity translates to early osteoporosis and other things. After completing my diploma, I have been equipped to take care of adolescents and young people with obesity. Actually, I was inspired by a 14-year-old who weighed over 160 kilos, and it has been very, very helpful to me. And I've been able to provide evidence-based care. Also, I've been able to help set up staff fitness program at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital as part of the Lifestyle and Wellness Clinic. And also, it is also added to my repertoire of lectures that I give to residents in family medicine and also at the Ghana College of Nurses and Midwives. So I am very grateful and privileged to have received this opportunity from Merck Foundation, and I'm looking forward to furthering it in my master's program. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Prof. Good afternoon, Senator. Good afternoon, fellow Merck Foundation alumni, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm Dr. Emefa Jojome. I work in the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. And I'm sure you would agree with me that if healthcare is underserved, then psychiatry is the underserved of the underserved. 3 years ago, I started a program with the University of South Wales in clinical psychiatry. The impact of the program for me was not just in the knowledge base, but in the case discussions. The vast experience of people from diverse backgrounds, giving you some idea of the similarities between the cases, the differences, interventions that had been started in other places. For me, the network of practice that I received is inestimable, is invaluable. So thank you, Merck Foundation. And thank you to the Merck Foundation coordinators who will check on us every few weeks to ask, how's the program going? Do you have any challenges? Can we help? And that was so helpful. In mental health, you find that the empathy of the caregiver is paramount. And immediately I started the diploma, I started to see an improvement in my patient outcomes because I could understand the phenomena that they were experiencing. We had people with lived experiences in my cohort who could say that when I have hallucinations, I think about it this way. And restructuring my cognitive strategy helps me to adhere to my medication, helps me to live with the hallucinations, helps me to live with the delusions. It's always, it gives a physician pride to see their clients doing well and functional. And for me, my greatest success story right now is that of a client I met who was living with bipolar affective disorder. The stigma is overwhelming, but I didn't have anyone I could refer him to for cognitive behavioral therapy in psychosis. But I had done that for my research in the program. And after a few sessions, I realized that adherence was better. And I'm very proud to say that he's completed senior high school. He's in medical school now. So thank you to the Merck Foundation. The effect of what you're doing is not just found in the caregivers, but in actual people. So God bless you for investing in us. We won't make you regret it.
I want to ask you one question. How many psychiatrists was available in Ghana?
Okay, at the last count, we have about between 80 and 90 psychiatrists to the entire population. So that's over 20 million plus.
Yes,
so that's a wide treatment. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we're grateful if you could train more people in clinical psychiatry.
Too much gap.
Good afternoon. Permit me to stand on protocol already observed. I'm honored to give an account of my experience to such an august audience. My name is Dr. Florence Akumia. I'm a physician specialist and a cardiology fellow in training at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, and I'm also affiliated to the National Cardiothoracic Center. I was opportune to have, early in my career, to have won the Merck Foundation Nationwide Diabetes and Hypertension Award, and I pursued an MSc in Preventative Cardiovascular Medicine with the University of South Wales. Living and practicing in a resource-limited country, an opportunity to gain specialized skills aimed at improving clinical care and research is invaluable. The insights and expertise I gained through the course has impacted my clinical practice, public and patient education, and advocacy. I am a member of the Ghanaian Society of Cardiology and actively participate in activities such as scientific meetings, mass education, health screening, and the development of the National Cardiovascular Guidelines, which is currently under review. I recently worked on a project as a coordinator for the National Cardiovascular Emergency Response Network, which was an initiative that provided training and education for thousands of healthcare personnel across the country in cardiovascular emergency care. It has been fulfilling to be able to impact my community in such a positive way. As an alumnus, I have had the opportunity to attend the Merck Foundation Africa Asia Alumni in the past, where I participated in scientific meetings and networked with experts. This piqued my interest in research, and after further training and mentorship, I have been able to contribute 9 published manuscripts to the scientific community, with several others in various stages of development. As an educator, I work with the University of South Wales, tutoring modules in both the preventative cardiovascular medicine, postgraduate diploma, and MSc courses. I also work as a part-time lecturer with the Family Health Medical School here in Ghana. I continue to explore avenues to give back to the society at various levels, and I'm currently working on a project to incorporate health education and promotion through extracurricular activities at the junior and senior high school levels, such as debates and quizzes. I won the Hypertension Award in 2016, and 8 years down the line, I continue to benefit from the experience. By actively participating in alumni activities, I see that the Merck Foundation has not rested on its oars, but has diversified and broadened the scope of aid it provides to improve healthcare in developing countries. So congratulations, Merck Foundation, for building such a timeless legacy. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
1 minute. I want to ask you something. You said that you are entering the intra-curriculum of the students' school about hypertension and diabetes?
Yes. So I went through quiz and debates to engage the adolescents in junior high school and senior high school.
Very good.
So it's something that is still rudimentary, but it's in the works.
Fantastic. I will share with you, please, my team, remember, share with you the animation films of Jute Sugar Free and Max Pressure, because this could be a good tool for the students to learn about this in a very also entertaining way, even the younger students.
Yes, please.
Okay, I will do that. Will you be able to?
Yes.
Add it?
It's a
Great.
good resource that we can use.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great news.
Bye.
Great.
CEO of Merck Foundation, all protocols observed. I am Frank Ewusi Brown, a specialist OB-GYN and Merck Foundation Alumni. I used to work with Presbyterian Hospital in Afram Plains for almost 15 years. Currently with University of Koforidua Tenka University Clinic as their medical director for medical services. My program was started in March 2022 when Merck Foundation gave me a scholarship to pursue postgraduate diploma, sexual and reproductive medicine, then subsequently MSc in sexual and reproductive medicine after a distinctive work. The program was quite intensive, combining work and following up with the models. What I cherished about the program was the community of learners that I got myself involved with. That brought a lot of expansive overview of the socio-cultural dynamics underpinning fertility management across the learners. And it helped me to appreciate how to ensure comprehensive empathetic care for couples. One of my excited outcomes or achievement was when I managed a couple who have been battling fertility for the past 10 years. Now, this lady took seed and had a miscarriage. And the problem was an underlying uterine fibroid. Being 38 years, I did surgery for her. And down the line, she conceived. I had cesarean section for her for a baby boy just barely 3 weeks ago. I can see the smile and the excitement in the faces of such couples. Down the line also, I am involved in undertaking health education in sexual and reproductive medicine, vaginal health, and empowerment of young girls to safeguard and protect their fertility and well-being. What I've encountered over the period is where I approach my patient with the dedication and the empowerment that is building community of care along the value chain. Currently, I am in league with Merck Foundation Alumni along the fertility value chain, where I'm able to escalate difficult cases for attention. This indeed is helping to improve healthcare service provision, especially at the primary care level, where there's serious challenges with expertise. And in building capacity is going a long way improving the health of the individuals. I must say that Merck Foundation is really impacting life along the value chain, and that I want to say that we are grateful for all the wonderful things Merck Foundation is doing, especially in the More Than a Mother movement. I'm grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doc.
Good afternoon, colleagues and other practitioners, and Prof. Frank, Dr. Rasha, Kelej. Yes, 2017, I think it's almost about seven years since I started the fellowship program with Merck Foundation. We had a 3-month fellowship program in India, and then further pursued the master's program of 2 years, biotechnology in human embryology and reproduction. When I did this, I decided to study the value chain of the entire scope of treatment, and I realized that there was a gap, especially with the traditional treatment of infertility and the orthodox one. Because I had an opportunity to be in Kumasi to do some work, and over the radio, please, if you are into herbal and stuff, bear with me. But they tend to have almost one medication for everything, infertility. So I did some few work, went around, and I realized that they had the numbers, but the education was not that good, because you cannot easily just do that without assisted reproduction as well. So from there, I had a couple of, I put together a consortium of, alumni who were also into, infertility treatment and all that. And we have started doing a lot of work in this area. Now 2 centers already have been set up, from this. One will also be set up this particular year, and one next year. We are not only just focusing in Ghana, but we are also helping those in the sub-region. And hopefully next year, a lot is going to come out from the sub-region as we speak. So thank you very much, Merck Foundation, for this opportunity. Thank you once again.
Hello, good afternoon, Professor Frank, Dr. Rasha, and all fellow alumni. I'm highly honored to be here at this year's Merck Foundation Alumni Summit. My name is Joshua Doboy. I'm an embryologist at Lister Hospital and Fertility Center. As a proud alumni, I had the privilege of completing my MSc degree in biotechnology of human-assisted reproduction and embryology at the University of Valencia, Spain in 2023. Prior to that, 5 years ago, I had completed the 3-month certificate program in Manipur University, India as well, kind courtesy of the Merck Foundation Scholarship Program. The Foundation Scholarship Program was highly incredible. The curriculum were well structured, and the learning environment was super. Since completing the program, I've had a privilege to have a positive impact on my patients and the community as a whole. Particularly, a challenging case that stood out for me involved our team at Lister Hospital successfully performing Ghana's first pre-implantation genetic testing for monogenic diseases. This procedure allowed a couple who were sickle cell positive to have a healthy, unaffected baby. This is a testament to the skill and knowledge I had acquired through the Merck Foundation Scholarship Program. The scholarship program has enabled me to achieve several vital milestones in the field of ART. I have become proficient in complex ART techniques, particularly in biopsy, in embryo biopsy and tubing. This is a complex and a delicate technique, and I'm fortunate to be one of the few Ghanaian embryologists who have done this kind of skill to help couples who are both sickle cell positive to have healthy, unaffected children.
Awesome.
Yeah. Also, I'm engaged actively in fertility awareness program with patient and organized group to promote health education and community awareness whenever the opportunity arises. In conclusion, I would say I'm deeply grateful to Merck Foundation for transforming my career and allowing me to make a meaningful impact on the life of my patients in my community, my country as a whole. Thank you once again for this wonderful opportunity. I wish you all a successful summit.
Thank you very much. CEO of Merck Foundation, Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, Chair of the Board of Trustees, Prof. Stangenberg. Have a camp, all protocols duly observed. Good afternoon. I undertook the postgraduate diploma in preventive cardiovascular medicine from the year 2021 to 2022, and it was very eye-opening. There were particular modules that were very influential in my clinical practice. Even though I had been in internal medicine and cardiology, I hadn't paid that much attention to cardiovascular risk assessment, nutrition, and communication in managing cardiovascular disease. And these were very important modules that were covered, as well as the management of cardiovascular disease in special populations, like children, pregnant women, patients with chronic kidney disease, etc. Following this, I continued on with a master's in preventive cardiovascular medicine. And going through the entire program, one thing that really developed was my scientific writing, because all submissions need to be researched and written that way. So as a result of that, I've developed competence in writing and reviewing proposals and research papers. I've actually reviewed a few publications. I've made a few publications as well and have some other proposals being developed. In terms of clinical practice, I'm actively involved in training residents in internal medicine and cardiology. So then I'm able to impart that knowledge to them. Just last week, I had discussions with staff of a bank trying to set up an opportunistic hypertension screening program over there. Because we can't have everyone going to hospital. But if you have something set up like that in a bank where everyone goes, then if you have a setup there where blood pressures can be checked, at least it can be a screening point. And the proposal was sent to them earlier this week. So hopefully it goes through, and then we have something that can start and grow to something bigger. And because of the immense benefits I've got from this program, I've also been recommending it to others who have applied. Some have gotten, some haven't, and will try applying again. But ultimately, I'm very grateful to the Merck Foundation for this opportunity. It's definitely impacted my practice and my research habits positively. So thank you very much, and may God bless us.
That's right.
Thank you.
Just 1 minute. There is Mark's Pressure animation movie, and there is the storybook. If you can grab one from here on the table later. I want to share it with you so you can share it in this program, because it's a very important tool to raise awareness about hypertension. The question is, how much the incidence of hypertension in Ghana?
So the current incidence is at about 35%.
Which is very high, yes?
Yes, and of this number, less than half are aware of their diagnosis, and less than 20% are controlled.
Okay, so you see, so awareness is very important in that, in addition to, of course, professional doctors and skilled doctors. So please take the animation film seriously, because it's a really good tool for prevention.
Okay.
And the book, storybook, which are the same actually, but one can people read and the other one can listen to and watch, which is good as well.
Sure. Thank you very much.
The CEO and the chairman of the Merck Foundation and all other protocols observed. It is a great honor and privilege to be standing before you here today. My name is Dr. Emily Martha Norte, a physician specialist with the Department of Internal Medicine of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital with special interest in gastroenterology. I'm currently studying the postgraduate diploma in gastroenterology with the University of South Wales as a beneficiary of the Merck Foundation Capacity Advancement Scholarship Program. And I want to believe I'm the first beneficiary of this program. It is my desire, my desire to someday become a renowned consultant gastroenterologist. This program, I must say, has been extremely beneficial and has far surpassed my expectations. It has widened my scope with regards to the diagnosis of conditions of the gastrointestinal system and opened me up to evidence-based management options of various conditions. That has gone a long way to positively impact the lives of many of my patients. Learning is made very easy through the guidance of seasoned professors, as well as contributions from colleagues from all over the world through a user-friendly online platform. I highly recommend this program to all my fellow colleagues who wish to enhance their knowledge in their various specialties. Thank you so much, Merck Foundation. I'm very grateful.
Right, thank you.
Good afternoon. All standing protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen.
Silence, please, just to listen to our colleague.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Frank Mausiatutonu. I'm a doctor with the 37 Military Hospital, currently working at the Polyclinic in Accra. I am a current beneficiary of the Merck Foundation Scholarship for postgraduate diploma in family medicine. The foundation scholarship was highly recommended to me by a colleague doctor, which he also benefited from. Initially, I was very apprehensive of the course content and the online method of delivery, but I soon realized that this wasn't a walk in the park. I had to sit up long nights and days to keep up with the rigors of the course. The tutors were relentless with reminders, and which keeps me on my toes. The course content is appropriate and current, and the teaching materials are now my reference materials for me and my colleagues. My practice has improved greatly based on knowledge gain. I'm better able to screen patients at the polyclinic and only refer necessary ones to the specialist. My diagnosis and treatment of patients has improved, and sometimes knowledge gained are also discussed with specialists and my colleagues. So the purpose of Merck Foundation is clearly served. I transfer knowledge gained in consultations, whereby we hold 2 weekly presentations in our departments, which I share with most of them. By this, more doctors are being current in the latest material which I have learned. So I humbly want to request the Merck Foundation to increase the scholarship for more doctors. And thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Standing on all existing protocol, my name is Dr. Wilhelmina Inen, currently offering a diploma in preventative cardiology. I'm also a cardio fellow in training. Back in the second half of 2023, I was selected by the Merck Foundation to undertake a diploma course in preventative cardiovascular medicine, and I'd like to share some of the amazing benefits. I'm from a low middle income country, which I'm sure you already know, where most times patient care focuses on treatment rather than prevention because of poor health seeking habits of the people we usually meet. People end up coming with cardiovascular complications instead of the signs and symptoms of early stage of the diseases. Through this course, I have learned very effective ways of communicating with my patients and helping them understand the benefits of early detection and treatment of some of the diseases, especially the cardiovascular ones, and also ways to involve them in management. Through discussions on the academic forum, I've also learned and adopted some approaches and guidelines used by other medical professionals in other parts of the world for effective disease management. And this has been very beneficial to people that I see in the clinics. With time, I have started experiencing or seeing some of the benefits. People come to the clinic with better understanding of the diseases they have, how to manage them, and how to even involve other members of their community, and how to advise others about their diseases and then their diagnosis. It's been a very insightful one for me. And also as a cardiology fellow in training, the course offers me the opportunity to delve into other topics of great importance, to see what is happening in other parts of the world. And I am very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, the Chairman, Merck Foundation. Good afternoon, CEO. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gloriania Samoa. I'm a family physician and I work at Kolebu Polyclinic. I have had a long-standing relationship with Merck for about 8 years now. I completed my diploma in 2017 and my master's in 2021, and it has really been an interesting relationship. And so I think after my diploma, I realized that there was so much information I had about diabetes, and so it was a great opportunity to go ahead and do the master's as well. And this has really increased my knowledge in diabetes. It gave me a better understanding of diabetes and has helped me to provide holistic care for my patients. Currently, with the help of other diabetologists at the polyclinic, we run a chronic care clinic for our patients with cardiometabolic diseases. We look at diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and this clinic has really been of great benefit to our clients. It is an appointment clinic, so they come in at their own time, and we're able to have enough time to sort of take care of them. I have also been engaged in a research that's looking at structured education in the management of patients with cardiometabolic disorders, and we have currently completed a feasibility study, and the outcomes have been really great. So I'm looking forward to doing more research in the care of patients with diabetes so that we can help improve the care that we give our patients. Thank you very much.
You are one of the fewest rheumatologists in Ghana. How many are there?
2 adult rheumatologists.
Only
and
2?
One
and 1 pediatric, and what, you are the third?
Hopefully, yes.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry this is coming in a little late, but please indulge me. My name is Amajedo Abuedu. I am staff of Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, but currently in Kolebu Teaching Hospital. I was fortunate to have received a scholarship to pursue a postgraduate diploma in rheumatology, afterwards an MSc as well. But why rheumatology? I get this question a lot. My colleagues ask me this question a lot. Why rheumatology? And it's like, it's a surprise. Why? And well, you'll know soon. I didn't start out wanting to be a rheumatologist. It was not even on my mind. When I was in final year, my classmate is Eugene there. One of my consultants called me a budding cardiologist. So that tells you where my heart was. But in my internal medicine residency, when I started rheumatology rotation, that was what changed my life and my mind. So I saw young women, and they are the largest population of rheumatology patients worldwide. Women mostly in their reproductive ages. And I saw these young women who were afflicted with very severe manifestations of things like SLE,
systemic sclerosis, rheumatoid arthritis, the deformities that they had, and how much it impacted their lives. And truly, most Ghanaians do not even know what rheumatology is. And so I felt that if I wanted to make an impact as a doctor, then in Ghana, and the cardiologists are here, there are more than 20 of them. There are more than 10 cardiologists in training right now. Guess what? There are only 2 rheumatologists serving the whole of Ghana. And 2 adult rheumatologists, 1 pediatric rheumatologist. The adult rheumatologists are in Accra. The 1 pediatric rheumatologist is in Tamale. And so I really felt that, yeah, if you want to make an impact, then join the rheumatologists. It's a difficult place. Patients are unable to afford care. Our investigations are expensive. And, well, in Cape Coast, where I actually practice, there's no one. So once I began my postgraduate diploma, I got the confidence to start treating patients. And it was such a joy to see young women who would have otherwise passed on go back to school. There was one with SLE who had peritonitis. There was a nursing student. There was one female who was a student at the University of Cape Coast. And after months of battling in hospital, they went back to school. And I saw them come back for review, and it was such a joy for me. Before I left Cape Coast, anybody who had a patient who they thought was would be a rheumatology case, they would say, call Amma. And it was really fulfilling for me. Now I'm in Accra pursuing my fellowship in rheumatology, but I'm looking forward to going back to Cape Coast. And I know that very few people in Ghana will say, I want to leave Accra and go to Cape Coast. But that is my dream. And I want to make rheumatology accessible and somehow financially accessible for my patients, and see that difference that it can make. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know that I'm going to do it. And also I get to teach students, and with that, I've become an ambassador for rheumatology. Anyone who will listen, do rheumatology, become a rheumatologist. So I am here very grateful for the opportunity you have given me. But like Oliver Twist, I cannot sit down without asking that if you will help this budding rheumatologist with an on-site program so that she can be the very best that she can. And then I hope that you'll be part of this brilliant journey that you have already set me on, and then we will see bigger things happen. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much.